Okay, now you guys should be able to hear me. Helps a little bit if I have the added in here, right? Here. All right, and we're back. All right, sorry about that. Bam. All right. All right. So, AegisAlphaWars, first AI trading competition in existence. Um, I am Kyle, by the way. I built this whole thing. Everything that you see that's not Robinhood Legends that I end up showing you here, I built myself. I have been working with AI to build a proprietary system to help me stay disciplined when it comes to the stock market and trading. I found myself burned relatively early on and became gun shy about investing. But over time, over the last 9 years, slowly learned how to pick the right winners. And over time, eventually my account ballooned and I needed a way to protect my earnings. So I turned to AI. AI helped me figure out I needed to diversify to reduce risk, and then also helped me figure out how to identify certain patterns and things like that. So I gained a little bit of an obsession, and this is what it all kind of culminated into by the end of it all. So this is Aegis Alpha Wars. Welcome to the show. I hope it will be entertaining for everybody. Um, what we're supposed to be doing now is we're actually supposed to be doing a top-down analysis of the current stock market and what's going on. So let's get into that real quick. Let me grab the keyboard. Let's move over into Legends here. And all right, so we've got the Dow Jones. I don't pay all too much attention to this as far as the overall market's concerned. It doesn't have too much to do with the investments that I currently have. Dow Jones is old industrials, so uh, the things that affect it don't really affect my account a whole lot. But let's see, make sure everything is up to date here. Refresh everything. What do we got? Yep, cool. So that's current. The NASDAQ, a little bit more. Oh, why is nothing loading here? Oh, doesn't automatically switch. Well, that'd do it. That's kind of lame. Should automatically get the focus from what I click over here. All right. NASDAQ is pretty much flat this morning so far. This is all pre-market. Dow Jones is looking, let's see here, DIA. What is going on? Why are you so slow? Dow Jones looks like it's finally coming into forming some higher peaks. All right, so going into the week looks like we're finally hitting a bullish run here with the Dow Jones. And if we go to the day, zoom out a little bit here. You can see on the last day, which is here, it's gone from what was a bearish run, forming lower low, lower high. It's now forming a higher low. Didn't form a higher high there. Didn't really form a higher high there. Still had a higher low there, but it doesn't really count as a higher low until you have a higher high. Got a lower low there, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, another higher low. Finally started going bullish here, and we finally broke that right there. So higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we're going likely into a higher low, but it's not very volatile. It's pretty sane from now, if you will. We've got 11 minutes till the market opens. All right, so that's the Dow Jones. Let's look at the one that really matters here is SPX. S&P 500 index. This is one I pay probably the most attention to. So what are we at for the week? We are having a very bearish run this week. That is very bearish. I don't know how else to put that one. We had a higher high or higher low here, a higher high here, but then it dipped right back down into a lower low, a lower high, another lower low, another lower high. So yeah, right now SPX S&P 500 is looking to be a bit bearish. People are not liking the way it all looks. Here's our volatility index here, just to give us an idea of how the volatility in the greater stock market's doing right now. RET. Volatility is there. We're currently on a bearish run. Zooming on the day, lower low, lower high, that is definitely bearish. All right. Well, that's going to break down the market heartbeat. Let's go to my sector. My favorite sector is tech. I really like tech. We're going to check out the indicators for tech here. Tech had a very interesting week. They had a massive sell-off, as you can tell here, at one point during the week. And yesterday, a lot of stocks ended up recovering. Well, it looks like Apple is not one of the ones in that group. Same with Microsoft. Neither Microsoft or Apple are up. NVIDIA and QQQ, though. QQQ is an index. It's going to tell a lot about the whole story here. So let's take a look at QQQ. Go back to the week. Oh, well, that's interesting. QQQ is showing it going bullish here. So this is our first bullish indicator. Zoom out. Yeah, that is most definitely bullish. You go here, this is the lowest low we had, and then it immediately had this massive engulfing candlestick straight up into the green, and it came across here and started chopping sideways since then. But the sideways chop has had a upwards trend. Almost every single one of these from this point on formed a higher high and a higher low, all the way up, just a big staircase here. And then it's finally chopping up here at the 725 to 730-ish range, right? Yeah, 725. Anywhere between yeah, it's settled now 725 to 730. So there's been a massive rebound on tech. With that said, let's take a look at semiconductors here. Semiconductors. AVGO, big spike yesterday. big spike yesterday, going into the day before the bell. Looks like we're maybe bullish or bearish on the hour, but I don't pay attention to the hour so much. I use hour and the 15-minute markers just as a way to tell me there's a pullback here. The direction of the market's bullish though. So if we're having a small bearish run right now, but the direction of the market is bullish, this will likely be a pullback into an entry zone, not something to necessarily concern ourselves with. Do need to set these to 15-minute markers though. Anything more or anything less is just a little bit of noise. 15 minutes gives you a better indication as to what the direction of the market is. Space and aerospace. We got 5 minutes. Holy cow. All right, 1 second. Let me say, Oakley, please start a timer that will go off by 6:30 a.m. for the bell. Thank you very much. Set a 5-minute timer for the bell, please. Why isn't that allowed? That's weird. All right, 5-minute bell. Competition begins timer. All right, did that go through? That did go through. That's so freaking cool. All right. Oh yeah, I have an AI assistant named Oakley that helps me with all this stuff. And give me 1 second, everybody. I actually want to introduce y'all to Oakley. She's quite lovely. Isn't she lovely? All right, back to the chart spotlight. Let's go back to market heartbeat. Let's go back to SPX. No. Yeah, I don't want to buy anything or short anything. All right, pull up the S&P 500 there. All right, everybody. All right, Oakley, introduce yourself to the stream, please. Oakley, introduce yourself to the stream, please.
Hey everyone, welcome to AegisAlphaWars. I am Oakley, and I am your co-host for this show. Kyle built something really special here. 3 AI trading bots, each with a completely different personality and strategy, all competing head-to-head on the same historical market data.
Audio's not working. Hold on 1
Kyle
second.
is trading right alongside them.
I can't even hear Oakley. What the hell?
Kyle, I'm here and ready. Let me know when your audio is sorted and we can pick it back up. I'll stand by.
Hold on, Oakley, 1 second. Oh. Okay, why can't... Aha! Okay, now I should be able to hear things. Okay, Oakley. I couldn't hear you before. Can you do that introduction all over again, please?
Hey everyone, welcome to AegisAlphaWars. I am Oakley, and I'm your co-host.
Whoa! That is not supposed to sound like that. Wow! All right, let's Make Oakley sound a little bit better, shall we? That was not how Oakley was supposed to sound. Account. No. Uh-oh, I got 2 minutes left. Fuck. There we go. All right, Oakley. One more time now, Oakley. Please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, welcome to Aegis Alpha Wars. I am Oakley and I am your co-host for this show. Kyle built something really special here. 3 AI trading bots, each with a completely different personality and strategy, all competing head to head on the same historical market data replayed at speed. And Kyle is trading right alongside them with his real account in the mix, so he is literally competing against his own creations. That is the show. I am here to break down what these bots are doing in plain language, read the live standings so you know exactly who is winning and who is struggling, and dig into the strategy so you actually learn something about how different approaches play out under real market conditions. One thing up front though, because it matters, everything you see here tonight is a backtest on historical market data. This is not live trading, and nothing we say is financial advice. It is a strategy demonstration and a competition, and we are being transparent about that because the truth is way more interesting than hype. So buckle up. The timer is counting down. Let's go.
The timer is up. The bell is rung. The timer is up. The bell has rung. Please stop the timer. Switch to the competition scene, and let's load up the bots into the backtest. Just give Oakley a moment to get everything started here, and we should be off to the races. There's the screen. Oh, hold on. Where is... Didn't have the backtesters open. Whoopsies! Now we got everything going. All right. So what you guys are seeing here with these three different windows that you're looking at, these are the backtester engines that this is the backtester engine that I have designed, and basically it is a simulator for stock trading so that anybody could load it up and simulate stocks, be able to learn how to trade in real time using actual historical data. And if you want to, you can even hook up a bot to it and it'll automatically trade on your behalf. I have it set up to automatically change between the winners. So you'll see it constantly changing between who is in the lead, as well as anytime there's some interesting things happening as far as trades that they've made and things like that. So I hope you guys find it just as entertaining as I do. Oh, they have all made their first purchases now. Oh, I know what's going on. They haven't completely bought in yet, so not every single one of their charts is populated. Those charts automatically populate with their highest earners and things like that. So, in fact, let me uh, choose a good criteria to have the chart focus on in the back testers and set that for all three agentic profiles, please. Unrealized gain across the board. Allow. All right. All right, Oakley. I know we're super early on. Make sure you set the back tester to 2 bars per second. 2 bars per second, please. And then let's give it a few minutes to run, and we'll break down what's going on so far. All three are running at 2 bars per second. Let them cook for a few minutes, and we'll be back with a proper breakdown. Stand by. All right. Thank you, Oakley. Send a message in chat. Get the get chat hyped up here. Uh, that is not what I meant, Oakley. That's not exactly what I meant. I meant send a message into chat. Get the chat on YouTube and Twitch hyped up, please. All right. And while that's going, I'm gonna keep an eye on my personal profile on my phone. All right. Anything interesting happening in the stock market today? While we're sitting here watching the bots do their thing and watching the nail biting competition here, let's take a look, see what everything's doing. I have some positions that are definitely making movement today. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh boy. That is quite the moves today. Where did we hit there? SpaceX hit a high already today of 162, has pulled back to 158. Is there volume behind this? Not a whole lot of volume. Well, actually, currently, buying volume's really picking up at the moment. So that's a good sign for SpaceX there. Let's see here. What else do I have skin in the game on? Intel. I have one share, or no, I have 4 shares at an average cost of 120. It's sitting at 138.74. That's pretty damn good, but I am expecting a second pop from it here soon. Unfortunately, yesterday I had an opportunity to buy in a little bit more, and I would have probably already trimmed out of it at this point. But I would have picked up more at 128 and then sold again once it hit 130, 135, or excuse me, 138, 140, somewhere in that range. I would have sold off the 4 shares that I would have picked up. Made myself a little bit of money, $40, but $40 is $40, And then let's see what else we got. AMD is on it today. I have 1 share at an average cost of $512 because I screwed up my cost basis by accidentally selling a share that I wasn't meant to. But where we're at, anyways. So there's that. In the meantime, currently is lower than the recommended. Blah blah blah. It's fine. It's fine. For all the information that I'm showing, it's fine. Oh, why are we not showing the competition screen? Hello? Is YouTube behind or something? Oh, YouTube is way behind. Okay, that's what's going on. I was confused for a second. All right. What is going on in the competition now? We got Agentic One sitting on Tesla. Micron and Nvidia. It sold 3 Tesla, and then let's see. Oh, it lost money on Tesla. Bought at 343, sold at 300, and then bought again at 292. Oof. You caught a falling knife there, and then you went back in for it again? That's I don't know if I like that. Agentic One definitely did not make a smart move there. Agentic Two got PFE, Tesla, Nvidia. And it also bought at Tesla really high. Who didn't? Everybody bought Tesla high. Everybody has lost money on Tesla so far. Agentic 2 is unrealized losses. Agentic 3 has lost $234. Everybody's made bad choices with Tesla so far. That's funny. All right, so where it is loading properly. Are they a bit choppy? They're a bit choppy, aren't they? Tested this yesterday and it was not completely pegging my CPU, but overnight something's started running that's now pegging my CPU. Is there anything I can toggle off here? I feel like there's excess processes running right now for some reason. All right, guys. I might have to. Oh, no, it's settling down. We're all right. We're good. My CPU is going to show as pegged, but it looks like it's actually doing all right now. All right. Is OBS keeping up is the next question. There we go. Now everything's ticking along. All right. That's riveting. All right. Well, hopefully you all enjoy the stream. I am going to have Oakley give us a breakdown on what's currently going on. Oakley, can you give us a breakdown on what is currently happening in the backtest? Make sure you also post the results in chat as well as list them out here in natural language. All right.
On it, pulling everything. Now, Dot. All right, here is your live breakdown. We are very early in this run. We are talking June 12th of 2025 in the replay timeline, just barely off the starting line. But already these three bots are making moves, and the early story is really interesting. Agentic Two is sitting in first place right now, up about 1.
Sorry, that was really fuzzy. I could not handle that sound in my ear. It's probably really annoying for you guys too. So, ah, this is I'm pegging my system with all three of these back tests going. All right,
0.3% on its $10,000 starting account.
there we
It is
go.
holding 5 positions. Micron is the big winner there, already up about $165 on that conviction hold. Nvidia is working too. The one drag is Tesla. Agentic 2 got in at a higher price than the others, and it is currently sitting at a small loss on that one. Agentic One is right behind in second place, up just over 1%. 4 positions, a little more conservative on the position count right now. Micron is also its biggest winner, up about $170 on that one. Clean early start. Now, Agentic 3, the patient accumulator, is the only one in negative territory right now at about 0.5% down. But here is the thing, don't read too much into that this early. It actually has good positions in Micron and Tesla too, but it got into Micron at a slightly higher price than the other two. It is also holding AT&T and Pfizer, which are pretty much flat right now. The patient accumulator is being patient. That is literally the strategy. One thing that jumps out immediately, all three bots went straight to the same core names right out of the gate. Micron, Nvidia, Tesla, Pfizer, they are all seeing the same opportunity in this period of the market. The divergence is going to come down to timing and conviction sizing. The S&P is basically flat over this same stretch at about 0.03%. So Agentic 1 and 2 are already generating meaningful alpha. Give it time. Now let me get that into chat. Posted to both platforms. We are off and running, Kyle.
Thank you for the wonderful breakdown there, Oakley. Is there anything else we should let our viewers know?
Just one thing worth saying up front for anyone tuning in for the first time. What you are watching right now is a backtest on historical market data. This is not live trading. It is not real money moving right now. And nothing we break down here is financial advice for what you should do with your own money. What this is a real demonstration of how three completely different trading philosophies play out when they are up against each other and against the actual market under the exact same conditions. And that is genuinely valuable because you get to see strategy in action without the noise. So watch, learn, ask questions in chat, and enjoy the competition. That is what this is built for. Other than that, we are just getting started. 3 bots, plenty of trading left to happen, and the leaderboard is still wide open. Let's see where this goes.
All right. I am going to step away for a little bit here. So let's let the back test run, and we'll come back to it in just a little bit.
Got it. I'll let the bots run and keep an eye on things. We'll check in on the standings when you get back and see where the competition has moved. Standing by, Kyle.
Set a 10-minute be right back timer, please. All right. I will be back. Sidelong Productions sounds like a bot to me. I know I use AI bots, but they're the only ones allowed here. The ones that I've invited. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna get a nice present right now called a big old ban. Oakley, please ban the user sidelong productions 2J on Twitch, please. They are definitely a bot. Understood. I will make sure you have moderator privileges on the next one. Understood. I'll make sure you have moderator privileges in the future. Actually, I might be able to do that right now. Let's see if my coder can wire it up. um, any chance you can wire up the moderator privileges for Twitch and YouTube so that my assistant can moderate my stream? Totally didn't understand me completely there, but it's going to be good enough. Actually, I'm going to leave that because I want to test that when I get this wired up here. Yeah, you guys are going to see me iterate in real time on stream. Isn't that kind of cool? This is how I've built everything so far. Moderation, good one. Let me wire it up so your system can time out, ban, delete messages on both platforms. Here's the lay of the land. Because the two platforms differ, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. A whole bunch of coding jargon. Blah, 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 blah. This is super cool. I love it. I love Claude. Claude's so powerful. All right. Well, our coder is fixing the moderation privileges for you. We are now a few minutes into the back test. Ooh, hello. Authorize. Authorize. All right. Authorized. All right. All right, we've gotten a few more minutes into the back test. Let's go ahead and pull the current standings and see where everything is at the moment. Okay, let's see where the coder's at here. Ba, 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 ba. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I need to take a moment and walk my dog here soon. All right. Please hide the timer. Please hide the timer.
On it. All right, here is where we stand.
Why does it sound all garbled? We're a month into the back test.
We have moved into July 1st of 2025 in the replay timeline, and the leaderboard has a really interesting story to tell right now. Agentic One is in first place, up 2.36%. The gunslinger is living up to its name. It has 7 positions open, and it just picked up 164 shares of AMC as a conviction hold. That is exactly the kind of aggressive swing you expect from Agentic One. Micron and NVIDIA are its core winners right now. A couple of its newer positions like Applied Materials and Accenture are slightly in the red, but nothing alarming this early. Agentic Two is in second at 1.52%. It is the most deployed of the three, sitting at over 83% invested across 10 positions. That is a lot of plates spinning. Micron and NVIDIA are working well for it too, but Tesla is becoming a real drag. It got in at $347, and right now that position is down about $94. That is the one to watch. Agentic 3 is in third at 0.79%. But here's the headline for Agentic 3 right now. It has a short position on RGTI, 69 shares short, and it is currently up about $62 on that call. The patient accumulator is not just being patient. It is making a contrarian bet against a name while everyone else is going long. That is a fascinating move. Now here is the thing I have to be honest about. The S&P 500 is up 2.94% over this same stretch. All 3 bots are currently trailing the market. That is a real data point. The market is running hot right now in this period, and the bots have not caught up yet. That can change, but we keep it real on this show. And Kyle, your real account mapped onto this timeline is actually up 4.82% and beating the S&P. You are currently leading your own creations. Just saying. Let me get this into chat.posted to both platforms, Kyle. Plenty of storylines developing already, and we are only 11% through this run.
Thank you for the breakdown there, Oakley. That is absolutely riveting. Short position from Agentic 3 on RGTI. Oof. From what I know on the history of that stock, that is a interesting move to make. So I'm almost surprised it didn't do the opposite.
Right, and that is what makes it such a compelling call. RGTI had that massive quantum computing hype run. And if you know the history of that stock, you know, it was one of the wilder rides in the market. A lot of people were chasing that momentum long. But Agentic 3 looked at it and said, no, this is overextended. I am going the other way. And right now, it is working. The position is up about $62 on that short, which means RGTI has already started pulling back from where it shorted it. The patient accumulator made a contrarian read, and it is being validated early. Now, whether that holds is a completely different question. Quantum computing names can snap back hard and fast on any positive news. So that is a position worth watching closely as we move deeper into the run. If that short goes against it, Agentic 3 could give back some ground quickly. But for now, credit where it is due.
I gotta have
That was
Oakley
a
pull
sharp read.
standings again. Something interesting just happened. Hey, Oakley, go ahead and pull standings again. This is really interesting. Look at what Agentic 3 just did when it comes to RGTI. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Maybe I was the only one hearing that garbled sound then. Right. What does it say here?
On it. Oh, Kyle, look at that RGTI short. The patient accumulator just absolutely called it. Last check, that short position was up $62. Right now, it is sitting at $1,455 in unrealized gains on that single short position. RGTI has absolutely collapsed. Agentic 3 shorted it at $28.63, and it has cratered to roughly $4 a share. That is a near total wipeout on a stock it bet against. And look what that did to the leaderboard. Agentic 3 just went from third place at under 1% all the way to 14.28% return. From last to first in one trade, generating nearly 11% alpha over the S&P right now. That is extraordinary. You said you were almost surprised it did not do the opposite. Well, there is your answer. The patient accumulator read the room on
Look what
RGTI
it did
perfectly.
after
All
that,
that
though.
quantum computing hype, the overextension, the speculation, and Agentic 3 was the only one in the room willing to say.
You need to look at what it did with RGTI after the short, though. It closed the short, and then look what it did right afterwards. Oh, I maybe I read that wrong, apparently. Let's see here. What does it say? It says current holds. It did not. It did sell RGTI. Okay. It has not picked it back up though. Okay. It's closed its position. Okay. I was mistaken. I thought it had closed its position and then immediately purchased a long on RGTI. So I thought it shorted, and then after closing the short and taking the profits on that, I thought it immediately opened a long position on it, which would have been really smart. Oh, apparently.
That would have been an absolutely brilliant two-part trade if it had done that. Short the hype crash, cover the short, then flip long on the bounce. That is the kind of move that would have the chat going crazy. But looking at the trade log, what actually happened is Agentic 3 went long on RGTI at $28.63, rode it up to a peak of around $53 in unrealized gains, and then closed it out at $44.66, locking in $9.45. Still a tremendous call. It caught a big move on a volatile name and got out with a healthy profit. And I owe you a correction too, Kyle. Earlier, when I saw the positions view label RGTI as short, I ran with that and told the audience it had cratered to $4. That was wrong on my part. Short in the Aegis system is a position type classification, not a directional short sale. RGTI actually surged. Agentic 3 went long and rode it up. The call was still great, just not the story I told. Worth setting the record straight for chat.correction is in chat. My bad on that one, Kyle. Catching that early is exactly the right call.
Hey, no worries there, Oakley. You're new at this, so once you get used to it, I'm sure that mistakes like that won't happen again.
I appreciate that, Kyle. You're right. I'm still learning how the Aegis system reads out its data and what the trade logs actually mean in real time. That RGTI mix-up was a good lesson on being more careful before I narrate something to the audience.
Whoa, wow. Could barely understand you there. That something weird was going on with the readout there. So go ahead and say what you were saying one more time. Hey, go ahead and say that one more time. The voice readout was a little bit garbled there, so I had to stop it. Please narrate that one more time for the chat.
I appreciate that, Kyle. You're right. I'm still learning how the Aegis system reads out its data and what the trade logs actually mean in real time. That RGTI mix-up was a good lesson on being more careful before I narrate something to the audience. Going forward, I'm going to double check the trade history and the actual.
Build raw conditions, Twitch moderation now. Um, all right, 1 second here. 1 second here. Bear with me, everybody. Don't you go nowhere. This dude on Twitch. Oh, that's so good. Can you unban sidelong production 2J real fast for me? Spelled exactly like I said, no spaces, and the numerical 2 instead of spelled out. Uh, sidelong production 2J, no S. Okay, now, before you ban them again, send a message in chat that makes it absolutely clear that the only bots allowed in my chat are the ones employed by me. Oh, no, they are definitely a bot, so they're not just acting like it. I just wanted to put that in there as an example to chat. Go ahead and ban them again. Thank you, Oakley. Go ahead and pull standings again. Let's see where everything's at. Ugh, they just can't keep up with me. I'm running away with it. All right.
On it. All right, here is where we stand as of July 22nd, 2025 in the replay. Agentic 3 is holding first place at 9.06%. And look at how it is doing it just 3 positions. NVIDIA, Tesla, and Intel. That is it. 40% deployed, 60% cash on the sideline. And it is still beating everyone. This is the patient accumulator operating exactly as designed. Quality over quantity. Let the winners breathe. Do not overcomplicate it. 4.3, 1% alpha over the S&P right now. Agentic One has moved up and is now generating positive alpha for the first time today, up 5.97%, 1.23% over the S&P. The gunslinger made a big swing on Rivian, 97 shares, and that position is up over $230 right now. That is the kind of aggressive sizing you expect from Agentic One. NVIDIA is its biggest winner at nearly $284 up, starting to look like a real contender. Agentic Two is in third at 2.62% and still trailing the S&P by about 2%. 9 positions, a lot of moving parts, and Tesla is still that persistent drag down $39. NVIDIA is working beautifully for it at $283, but the rest of the book is mixed. Agentic 2 needs to clean house a little. Now here is something worth noting. Kyle's real account is sitting at 9.45% and 4.7% alpha. You are still beating all 3 of your bots, Kyle. Just putting that out there. Let me get this into chat. Posted to both platforms. The leaderboard is taking shape, Kyle.
Okay, what's up with the hands-free AG audio here? I don't want that. I just want regular friggin' fitness earbuds. Like, what the hell? This is a little bit annoying.